Sup guys, welcome to another Gamer Tech review. Now in this review we're going to be taking a look at the Theron gaming mouse by TteSports. So here we have it here, all lovely and nice in front of me. Big thank you first of all to Thermaltake for sending me the mouse through to review, so thank you very much guys. Actually met them at a LAN recently at Epic 11, which was pretty cool seeing them there down there supporting the team. Of course they sponsored Team Infused and they were there for the League of Legends tournament, so got a chat to the guys, all really cool. So yeah, without further ado, let's just check out the packaging. So as you can see on the front of the box here, we've got the name of the mouse and an image of it. So we've got the Theron gaming mouse. From the description as well, you've got the title there saying it's RTS game battle ready. Stim your gaming experience. So stimulated, you know, get it pumping, get it ready to go. We've got a breakdown of all the extra little functions on here. So we've got the function lock button. We've got battle mode. We've got 128 kilobytes onboard memory, and we've got 7 individual colours, so you can light it up differently if you want to. Taking a look on the sides, we can just see again a bit more of a few more images and the name of the mouse, so Theron gaming mouse. On the back here we do have some extra information. So we've got in our English bit, we have customized laser gaming mouse for RTS game type, so it is made specifically for RTS gaming. You've got onboard memory, plug and play while switching to different PC, so that means all the settings that you save onto the mouse, when you plug it into a different PC, say you had to take it to LAN and use a turn up and play PC, or you're using someone else's PC, all your settings will be saved to the mouse, so you don't have to mess around with sensitivities and things. And you've also got beneath side light changed by clicking frequency during battle mode. So again, that goes into the lighting of the mouse. And we do have a little section at the top just where you've got TT Apollo Softball Taiwan, who is a professional StarCraft 2 player, just talking about his work with TteSports and with the real-time strategy area of mouses that they do produce. Now, the way the box is designed, the front does flip open, so on the open flip, once you've opened it up, you can see the mouse in there, in the plastic thing, so you can also pop your hand on it, because they've designed it quite well, so there's actually a hole at the bottom so you can fit your hand on it, which is quite a nice design idea. And then you've just got all the extra little fits on there, so on the fly sensitivity, multi-level resolutions, anywhere from 100 to 5600 DPI, so that's pretty dandy. You've got the beneath side light change by clicking frequency during battle mode, so the more you click it, the more the light lights up. You've got pause break lighting system on logo to engage to gaming atmosphere, and then you've got the laser information on there. So you've got the powerful, it's a 5600 DPI laser engine in total, that can be used on most surfaces. Polling rates, you can switch it between 125, 500 and 1000 Hz cycle, though I always leave mine on 1000 Hz because it's just the quickest, and yeah, that's what I like to leave it on. We've got our weight in design to get the perfect feel for the mouse, so it does come with weights, and we'll get into that a little bit later on when we have a closer look up at the mouse. You've got the function lock button that will disable the function of the side buttons on the mouse, and you can store up to 45 macro keys within 5 game profiles for the mouse. So there is a whole host of things you can do with it. And yeah, we also have a little image at the bottom there of the driver software, which does come with the mouse, and which you use to program everything on there. And that's the last little bit of the packaging. So now that's the packaging out of the way, let's just crack it out of the box, have a little look at it close up. And here it is. So let's have a little bit of a close-up for you. Now, it is ergonomically designed for your right hand, so it does fit nicely in there. It's just a natural, like, kind of the way if you're a PC gamer, your hand just kind of naturally claws like that. So you've got it there. Your hand, it just naturally finds the buttons, which is really quite a nice feature on there. On here, this little section here, this shows the level of sensitivity that it's on. So you've got, when it's on the higher sensitivity, it's on double lit up LEDs. Take it down once, the top one, down again the bottom one, and down again so it's off, and that's on the lowest sensitivity that you've got. You've got your back and forward internet buttons here, so there's your back, there's your forward, and they're nicely attached there. Some mice you get buttons here, which I find quite annoying, because when I'm using the mouse, I grip it right on there, but these are out of the way enough that they don't get in the way when you're using the mouse, when you're clawing it, and it's also quite easy to use. So you can use your thumb joint on the back one, and then your tip to go forward. You've got a lovely light strip here. And again, you've got a lovely light strip on the bottom and on the side. As you see, it's just changed to purple. And it's just going through colours now because I'm just messing around with the different buttons on there, which is nice. Also, the scroll wheel lights up, as you saw. So that was red, now it's gone to purple. So those are the 7 colours which we said about earlier. We do have braided cabling as well, which is lovely. I do love braided cabling. I must say that in every single video where something's got braided cabling. Even when it doesn't have braided cabling, I say, oh, I do love braided cabling. And that's the main kind of full breakdown of the mouse. Looking onto the underside, so up the skirt of the mouse, as it were, we have got our polling rate switch here, and that'll adjust it, like we said, from 125 all the way up to 1000 in set increments. We have the profile button here, which changes the profile, and all our profiles are set to having different colours. So that's my main gaming profile there, the red one, and then you can flick through as well. And you can change the colours of the profiles as well, they are not set. Then you've got lock and unlock, and then that locks the buttons that you have on the side there. You do have an extra button here as well, which is what that will button do there, that will lock that one. It has got a laser sensor. It actually has the Avago ADNS 9500 laser sensor on there, which is actually one of the highest spec in the market, and it will allow you to change the DPI in 100 increments. So if you want to get spot on with your DPI, then you've got the right laser in the mouse to do it for you. Keep changing my profile by poking the button. And then this little section here, this is where your weights go into. So as you can see at the minute, I haven't got the weights in there, but the weights are here, which are quite handy. So you can pop them out. I believe they're 4.5 gram increments. Although I found that the mouse on itself is quite heavy on its own, and I don't really like to have a heavy mouse. So I just kind of take the weights out and leave them out. Because if I put it in there, yeah, it just kind of makes it super extra heavy. It's quite back heavy as well. So it's like, even if you're picking it up at the side, like quite there, that's like the point of mutual balance there. It just seems a bit like fair enough, I suppose. When your wrist is moving, this kind of moves slower anyway, so it works in that respect, but it just kind of feels a bit kind of back heavy over here, as it were. So yeah, anyway, I don't like heavy mouses, so I just take my weights out anyway, and those pop on the side. So that's all nicely done and good. Then we have got our speed mats here. So we've got our skidding mat, so it does run nicely across the top of the mouse surface that you're using. And yeah, that's kind of like the full rundown and kit out of the mouse here. Also, the scroll wheel is quite clicky. You can kind of pinpoint your clicks. Oh, text message. You can kind of pinpoint your clicks with it as well, so it's not really like smooth, so you can't tell it. It is quite a clicky mouse scroll wheel, which is good. And it's also got this texturing on there. They're like little C's, so C for Chris, my name. So it's kind of like almost a custom mouse. But it's quite nice in gripping it, and it feels good on your finger as well. So another nice little good point there. Here is the driver software for the mouse. So as you can see, we've got normal mode and we've got battle mode. Now battle mode, when it is switched, hold on, I'll move this over here. When it is switched during battle detection, the illumination effects will change according to the click frequency. So depending on how fast you click, depends on what the lighting will do, which is quite cool. So it lets you know how well you're doing. You can see at the top here, we have got 5 profiles. So profile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we also got what we can do. We can mouse over and then see what everything does, and we can change things if we want to. So we've got our back button, our forward button, our sensitivity, which we can do, and then we've also got our little extra button on the side here, which is quite handy. And then all you need to do is click here, and then you click what these do, and then you have your single key macro to assign. So once you press it, you can select what it will do, and then what it will do once it, when it do it multiple times, when it will press and hold, until next press. A whole host of different things you can do to set the mouse up to do extra things for you that you want to. So say for example you're playing League of Legends, if you wanted to have change this button here, change your right mouse button to a macro, you can have it so when you held it down, it was constantly clicking right for you. For example, you'd keep moving around. You wouldn't have to be click, 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 click. You can just hold it down and it'll run you around the place if you want to. I prefer to click just because it gives me something to do when there's not really much going on in the game. So that's what I like to do anyway. And then we've got our light options here. So you have got the so you've got the left and right ones here. You can change it to red, have them on, red, purple, blue, 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 green, yellows, whatever you would like to do. Whatever you would like it to be and do, you can have that changed and do it perfectly, and then that's all done for you there. Cancel those. And then we have our performance as well. So you've got the double click speed, so that's how quickly you need to click the mouse in order for it to count as a double click. You've got your DPI level, so it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can change them at each step. So I've got mine set at 800 for the first level, 1600 for the second, 3200 for the third, and then 5000 for the next one. However, 5000 is just ridiculously quick, so I like to keep mine on 800 DPI. You've got your scroll speed, so that is how many clicks it will take through every time you do a click on the mouse, on the wheel. So when I move mine down once, it moves down 3 lines on a page, and you can change that to 10. and then you've also got your polling rate here, which is 125, 250, 500 and 1000. We also have our macro key section here, which is our macro editor, so you can add macros in. You've got delay time, adjust delay time, you can record them, you've got all your different cards and commands as well, so page up, page down, copy paste window, everything that your heart could desire in here. You can also custom name them as well, and load different sets if you have them saved onto the computer as well, which is very handy to know. And remember, all of this stuff does save to the mouse if you do take it to another computer, so you don't have to worry about resetting up your macros at another desk, at a LAN PC, anything like that. Everything just stays stuck to the mouse, which is good, which is what we want to have. Yeah! And that's pretty much everything in the software. So all the important kind of bits covered: normal mode, battle mode, all your different key assignments, your light options. You've got 5 profiles and all your macro keys. And again, remember, everything does save to the mouse, which is a big win. I like it. I really like this mouse. There's a couple of little bits with it, like which I think could be odd or a bit improved. First of all, it's a very weighty mouse. It's very, very heavy. Even without the weights in there, it's still got quite a bit of weight to it. So like I said before in the video, I use the mouse without any weights in there, just because it's already quite heavy. So I just like to take those out. And when the weights are in there, it's a bit heavy in the bum, in the wrist. But no, like apart from that, it's lovely. There's a nice concave smoothie bit at the end of where your fingers go, which is really comfortable. There's that button on the side there, that one that I talked about, like the extra mouse button, which you can use for macros and things. When I started using the mouse at the start, my this finger here, which grabs the other side of it, kept hitting it a lot, and it kind of like put me off a bit, so I was like, what's that button going to do? What's going on? Why am I pressing this button? But then it didn't, because it wasn't programmed to do anything, didn't do anything, and after a while I just stopped hitting it. I think just naturally kind of get to that point where you just have your mouse lower, your finger alone on the mouse, and then that doesn't become an issue, like clicking that. But yeah, the first few days it was a bit like, oh, that button's in the way, it's a bit annoying, but now it's just like, it doesn't even come into it. I kind of forget it's there just because I don't use it. So I have used it a couple of times just for macros and things, like using it for opening programs. I had it set as play and pause, just to like on media player for a bit, and yeah, it was quite handy just being able to go, oh, music stop, oh, music stop. So yeah, little things like that really kind of come into its own and help out, which is really good. But yeah, it looks good. I love Thermaltake. Like, these guys produce some really, really cool products, so that's already got a big win on there as well. The driver software just works. It's very comfortable to use in game. And yeah, the colours is pretty, and the onboard memory is very big as well, because if you do go to LAN tournaments and you can't take your PC, or you're using a friend's PC or someone's PC there, then all of that stuff does get saved to the mouse, so you don't have to worry about reprogramming it when it gets there. Like it has said as well, it's got the Avago sensor, which is one of the most highest spec sensors you can get in a mouse at the minute. It does go up to 5600 DPI. There are mice out there that go up to like 8200. I think there might be even some 9600 DPI mouse, I think, if I've read on a forum somewhere. However, yeah, you don't need that high DPI. I'd much rather them to focus on making sure the low DPIs are much more focused upon and they work, as opposed to being able to move it a cat's whiskers length and it goes halfway around the world. There's no issue in that. But anyway, it's lovely. The Korean guy on the back loves it. Look, he's written a review and he says he loves it, and he says it's really good. It's got braided cabling, it's got the USBs, and it lights up whatever colour you want. What more could you ask for in a mouse? It is wicked. So guys, thank you very much. Please do like, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you in another review. See you later, guys.